Hi guys, Luca here from Sabre Airsoft with another VMP2 related video. I know they just keep coming and coming and coming. Today we're having a look at the new VMP2 HPA adapter from AirTacs. Full disclosure, AirTacs have sent this out to me free of charge. They have not, however, put any stipulations on the video. They haven't even asked to see the video before I put it up or anything like that. They've just sent it out to me after I expressed interest in featuring it in one of my videos. And so I'm extremely grateful. Not only that, they've also answered quite a lot of follow-up questions that I've had and been really, really helpful in discussions around the hop-up chamber as well. It seems like they've had very similar ideas to what I've had of how you can improve it. But also, like me, they haven't had the time to model it up in CAD and then design those improvements. So either they'll get to it before I do, or I'll get to it before they do. It's who finds time first. Anyway, on to the adapters. So the first thing that you might notice is that the feed lips on this one are grey and not black. So the lips on this one came from a donor mag, whereas on this one they came printed and already installed. I didn't have to do any installations whatsoever on this adapter. The only thing I did was swap over to the M4 base, because this is modular. What that means is you can buy this section here separately and then buy these separately, so that you can basically save a chunk of money. Say you've got a G36 GBBR, an M4 GBBR, an MP9, and maybe a few other different variations. If they have made the base, this part, you can swap these over very, very easily, which is really, really brilliant. I like saving money. My wife likes me saving money. And I'm all for modularity and being able to use things on multiple devices. It's much better. It also comes with a spare set of feed lips, but I found zero issues with these feed lips, so hopefully those won't be needed, but it's really nice that they include that. Another thing that is different, and I did ask as to why, is the valve. So this is the VMP1 valve over here from a donor mag. This one is one that came in here. This has a much stronger spring in it than this one. The reason for this, I'm told, is because of the difference in chamber size inside. And they needed something that was a bit quicker than this one. I think they said it was a high flow valve. Though in practice what that means is, if you've been using the VMP1 adapter with the VMP1 valve, you're going to have to increase the pressure needed to cycle the replica. This I used to run on about 85 psi. This one I need to run on about 110 to achieve the same power level and cycling, which is still lower than, say, for example, this Ultra Air, which is 164 psi. However, gas and air expand at different rates. At least as far as I'm aware, my mechanical engineering knowledge is a little bit limited compared to a lot of people, so if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. I do have some criticisms, not many, but I do have some. For example, on the M4 adapter, the way that the tube sits actually brings it just under the trigger guard. What that means in practice is it's right by the grip. That could honestly do with being just a little bit shorter, so that you could turn it to one side and have it not come over your grip, or hang lower, because this is quite a stiff tube. So if you bring this back and then use a flexible hose coming off of it, that should get it nice and clear of your hand. The other thing as well that they say to do with the M4 adapter is, and I've got my spare trigger group here for this purpose, is they say to remove just this paddle. However, what that means is it's going to be pushed back like that. and that's not the end of the world at all, but it kind of annoyed me. So if it annoys you like it would me, so you remove this larger piece here, which is just a 2mm screw here. You remove that, and then it's just this paddle here. If that annoys you, and like I said, it annoyed me, what you can do is just push this brass part out, keep a hold of it, and then remove your pin. And that's all that is. Comes out in one piece, and your mag release will still function as normal. It just means that you don't have the paddle anymore. It shouldn't impact any other aspect, because all this did was push on this little arm here, and that, as you can see, actuates the mag release. Without it, it functions just fine. So that is an option if you so wish. It also means then that when it's in there, come on, here we go. It's a bit hard to do it with without the actual rest of the replica there. It just looks a little bit neater. It looks like it's more likely to belong. You want to be careful to not do this as well, by the way, as you may end up pinching the feed tube, which means that you'll have probably inconsistent power. Overall, I think this is a massive improvement. With the MP5 one, I did confirm that this is meant to have SEMA mags, but it is a bit tight. So what I've done is I've just sanded away this pad at the back here. It's a 1mm screw. So I sanded that back just a little bit, tiny bit at a time, until it was a nice and snug fit without it being too hard to jam in there. And I'm going to do the same for the M4 one here, just to make it so it's easier for me to get mags in and out, because at the moment it is a bit tight, as you can see. And this is just a generic Nuperol Stanag. I'm not sure what the original intended ones for the M4 adapter are. I completely forgot to ask, if I'm honest. I think this is going to be good. It looks better. It doesn't stick out as much. I'm sure you've seen the silly pictures of this adapter. And in fact, I'll put one up on the screen now quickly of me when I was using it out in the field. As you can see, it looks ridiculous. But with this, it does look a lot better. There we go. I say it sits flush, and then obviously the mag sits in there. It still looks a bit lower than it should, so you know, you make do if you're going to be using HPA, and you just accept that some things just won't always look perfect. If you do have multiple of these bases, because I can't recall ever seeing instructions on the AirTacs website or anything like that on how to swap the bases over. The way you do it is there are 4 screws, so not the 2 that are in line with the feed tube here, but the 4 that are further back, as you can see there, the 2 silver ones and the 2 black ones. You remove those 4 screws, and as you do, be careful, because these slots contain little square nuts, and they will fall out and you will lose them because they are tiny. I've already managed to lose one. So don't do what Johnny Don't does. Make sure that you're careful, keep your fingers over those holes as you're removing the screws, and then selectively drop it down onto your workbench or work surface. You'll notice as well that on the old adapter there's only 2 of those holes, and on this side, the new one, there's 4. The reason for this is because of this plate here. What this plate does is it offsets the adapter down below, so you can have this going straight if you want to. I opted for it to be angled. I thought it looked better. And you'll notice as well that those holes, there'll be 2 at a specific angle and then 2 at another angle. That is, again, so that it makes sure that the screws, as they're coming in, are coming in straight to enable this to sit correctly. This did have the angled plate underneath it on the MP5 adapter, and I'd say I removed it for the M4 adapter. I'm going to get some gameplay footage of this weekend. I've got 2 game days. It's going to be a long weekend. And thank you again to AirTacs for sending this out to me. I very much appreciate it. I would have bought it anyway, but I'm not going to complain about having free stuff. So
If you want to know if you have any requests for specific videos when it comes to the VMP2, aside from taking apart this, I haven't quite built up the courage to do it again. Let me know. I will go ahead and do it soon. I do just have quite a few customers' replicas to fix and sort. So once I've cleared my backlog a bit, then I can do this video. This video that I'm doing right now is just a quick one anyway. I would show you this in action as well. However, I have ran out of air, so I can't actually do that right now. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoy it. And as I say, go to AirTacs website and get one of these. I'll put a link in the description down below. Definitely worth it. I've been running HPA on VMP2 and it's been flawless. Apart from one minor issue, which may or may not be related to HPA. I'll find out after this weekend. That's it. Catch you on the next one.